up, everybody? This is Hainsey's K-Talk MMA Show edition with James Boogie Purdue. We're doing a little bit different this week because somebody had to take a vacation. But I'm glad you're back, man. I missed you. I'm glad we get to do this, even though it's a recap. But how was vacation, man? Everything turned out okay?
Not bad. I mean, spent
too much money,
Spent
right?
too much money, obviously, but kid had a good time. That's all. So
yeah, right. But hopefully, no more vacations before a big UFC event. But we'll see how it goes, man. Maybe a recap show will be in our future, just on a monthly basis with these fights. So.
Yeah, I like it. Good idea. I might see how wrong the predictions were. I'm glad we didn't do the one as we talked how many predictions we would have made and would have been severely wrong. So
yeah. Well, this card, UFC 318, the goodbye love letter, they call it, to Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway for the BMF title. It was the main event. The card itself stacked lackluster, in my opinion. But, there was a ton of huge favorites. And in the main card, it was underdog. And as a card in a whole, man, it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, the fights were entertaining. There wasn't very many big names per se, but, I mean, if anybody that watched it, I mean, they were good fights. A lot of underdogs. And said I would have had Michael Johnson, but I would have went by KO because I didn't think he'd ever get a decision. But he made it through, which is good. We'll get into
I don't know how you want to start this. I would say let's just start with the main event. Talk about that into detail, and then we'll get into the undercard, and we'll talk about some of the fights. Yeah, because, I mean, whenever I watched the UFC Countdown this week, they didn't show anything other than those two guys because, really, this card was for Dustin, man. It was, and I'm telling you what, it's a can't-miss fight, and it didn't miss again, man. What's your initial thoughts on the fight as a whole?
I mean, very good. Max looked really good at 55. He had the time to actually put the weight on this time, do it properly. So instead of just moving up from 145, hey, I'm going to take a fight, the second fight he had with Justin at 45.
It was short. It was short notice, right?
Interim title will come through, and he lost a close decision then. And he went back down to 45 after that. So
right, yep.
That's a huge difference between being able to make up, you actually put on the weight properly and ready to go. And I'm glad, I mean, it showed the power's there, but Dustin's still Dustin. I mean, that boxing is so slick.
It's so slick, and he can change a fight instantly because it looked like there for a minute, we were like, Max is on cruise control. It was like a Calvin Kattar kind of clinic, and then Poirier does what he does, man. Gets scrappy and catches him. To talk about Max Holloway, because it's going to be a lot on Dustin Poirier, but following Max's career, man, I can only think of one time that I've ever rooted against him in any fight, and it was when he fought Frankie Edgar years ago because I was a fan of Frankie Edgar a long time ago because he was another undersized guy. But going into this fight, you and I both were like, we're not going to root for anybody, man. And it's hard because I love Max, you love Max, but I just didn't want to see anybody lose.
Both studs. I mean, it was so hard. I'm glad the crowd came around. It was cheering after the fight because they booed Max, and we talked about it, texting each other where the fight was going on. That's the only time Max is ever going to get booed because he's such a stud, such a class. And even after the fight, he showed. He showed what a class act he is. I mean, dude's just a good guy all around. You don't find like Justin said, you don't find good guys like Max. He was a pleasure to share the ring with, and it wasn't like he's not a scumbag so that's why he didn't fight Colby Covington and everybody, because he said he would never fight Colby ever.
Not for money.
Yeah, money. He says if I see him, it's on, but it's not for. I'm not going to let him make any money off me. So I mean, what a good dude, man.
Yeah,
both of them.
Whenever they announced that this was going to be the fight, it was going to be the main event, I was like, man, they need to stack this card because, to me, I have a certain thought about the BMF title. Even though I love Max, I don't like the title. So seeing that was going to be the main event, I said, man, they need to stack this thing. They didn't. They just really held through with them two guys bringing the pay-per-view along itself, and they delivered, man. They did it. 5 rounds. Great fight, went back and forth. There was some little bit of drama, but Max Holloway really just stole the show. I mean, he really did.
He's tough, like you said. I mean, Dustin does what Dustin does. Like we said, he knocked him down twice in the first round. like, oh, it's going to be over.
Right.
I mean, it's finished. But I mean, Dustin comes back, and I didn't know this. I'm surprised that Dustin is right-handed, but he fights left-handed.
Southpaw,
so his jab is his strong arm. So I mean, he
throws a short right hook that's just.
I mean, he's still money with the left.
Right.
That right jab, it's a power shot. Right. So I mean, it's amazing. I didn't know that, but because he uses his left so good, he switches stance. Not as good as Max, but he switches stance really good. But the lead with your power hand is really unconventional. And I mean, nowadays you keep your power back to when you set up a combo. But I mean,
and if you would go and look at that second round, it sums up Dustin Poirier to the T, man. Max gets him hurt again. You think, oh, the fight is it's going down one way. You said under 3 rounds, man. And as soon as it just ain't looking good for Dustin, and he hurts Max, gets him on the ground, and some vicious ground and pound. I thought Max was going to go out. He didn't, and it was like both of them were on the edge of being finished in the same round. It was wild.
He couldn't stop himself from jumping guillotine. I mean, if you know Dustin Poirier's history, like
he's been trying it his whole career.
He said, every one of his coaches always said, don't jump the gilly. Stay up and do what you do. Throw your fist. Last fight of his career, he still can't help hurt Max bad, and he jumps a guillotine. Like,
did you hear what Max said after the fight? Not gonna happen, brother. He said, no. He said he tried it. Not gonna happen, brother. He said he submitted me the first time. He goes, I was not being a bronze statue in front of his lawn, because that's what Poirier would have.
You finally jumped the guillotine, get a finish on somebody like Max.
Yeah, it was funny because you know how Max talks, and he's like, not gonna happen, brother. He's like, oh, it was great. But that fight was awesome. And back and forth, I had it. Going into the 5th round, you texted me and you said 2-2 ? I said maybe. I thought in my mind it was 3-1. But that I think it was the 3rd or the 4th round. One of them was really, really tight. It might have been that 4th round.
Could have went either way.
Going into that 5th round, they come out. And in the second fight, it was close, and they came out, both of them, bit down on the mouthpiece, went nuts. This time was a little bit more measured, almost like Poirier knew he could have been down 3-1 or it could have been 2-2, but he really didn't let out because I don't know if he's afraid to get knocked out, but he was a lot more conservative in that 5th. Like
I think what was said, I don't know if it was on the internet I've seen, but I was reading something that when the 10-second countdown, whenever he pointed the ring and they looked at the clock and they went at it, Max hurt him. Bam, bam. And then he tried to come.
Yeah, he said he lost that exchange.
He wasn't going to get knocked out in front of his people and lay over in a slumped heap. Yeah. The last his fight. He's like, I'm not going to go out like that. But he knew that Max.
So speaking of that 10-second, that's so infamous for Max Holloway because he always points down the canvas. He looked up at the clock about 40 seconds left. And he said, Dustin, look up at the clock, and he goes, this mother's going to point down on the floor before me and steal it. And then he said, before the fight, Dustin was like, I'm going to point down on the floor and shoot a takedown.
I mean, he stood from what he could, but Max had no attempt at defense. He was going to throw Rocky style. Yeah. And then Dustin just...
Yeah, because Dustin stood in the middle, shelled up, and tried to throw one hook. As soon as he opened up, Max pieced him up and then grabbed him. And like Dana White said in the post-fight press conference, he said, there's a lot of people that say they want to do that. There's probably only one person in the world that actually does. Because he puts his hands down, and he just bites on his mouthpiece, and he throws down, man. That's why we love him, man.
Yeah, dude. He's a good guy on top of being... a good dude, and then he's going to tell you, we're going to fight. We're going to go around, and we're going to scrap right here and just knock each other out, go at it. And he's from dead serious. Yeah. We're fighting right here. Let's go.
So Dustin, after the fight, said he thought the scorecards were wrong. He said he thought the judges messed up. There was one round that they really all scored for Max. He thought he clearly won it. It might have been that 4th round. He said he thought it was 2-2 going into the 5th. He wasn't arguing the outcome because he knows that Max won that 5th round. But after the fight, Daniel Cormier walks in for the post-fight interview, right? Yeah. Max does one of the most classy things once again. He asks him about the fight, and what's he do, man?
Yeah, he's like, listen, well, first he says, hey, there's somebody at 55 who's a champ here, but this is up to UFC. It's in their court now. This is Dustin's turn. give him his time and gave him his.
He just walked off and wouldn't let Daniel ask him a question.
He just walked away from him, and then he actually had to come back in. Probably
because Dustin was
a minute or two, and then Dustin really couldn't talk. Well, the crowd was stunned. And Max grabbed the mic. He's like, listen, cheer this motherfucker.
Yeah, quit being pussies, quit being soft, New Orleans. Yeah.
Cheer this man.
Yeah, and they went up, they erupted.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Max is a good dude. I mean, Dustin would have done the same thing. There's two classes. It's going to suck in the head not being around anymore. Yeah,
I don't know if maybe a year or two that itch will come back because we've always seen these guys retire. I would hope he stays away because
he seems pretty. I mean, every interview I've seen, he is like, listen, this is where I'm going to be. This is it.
Yeah, I think if he won that fight last night, I don't know if they had threw a title shot at him. That's still going to be something he wants.
Yeah, but I mean, he had his chances, and he knows that. I mean, he's going to go out, and he's not going to hope for maybe get a title shot. Yeah. Injuries happen, like somebody backs out. So he said from the start, he's always like, listen, this is it. I'm laying it down. There's no other way. I'm going to go do some steroids.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, it's exactly what he says. I'm going to get jacked up. I'm going to get some steroids in there. He said, I'm going to eat whatever I want. I'm never going to cut down 55. Last time you'll see me at 55.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a plan, and he's sticking to it. He's got a fan. He's making a lot of money with his hot sauce. Yeah. And I mean, just everywhere. So he's making.
And he'll have a job at the UFC.
Yeah,
there's something. Eddie Alvarez, ex-lightweight champion, he said he never likes when a guy comes out before the fight and says this is the retirement fight because usually mentally they're checked out and they're ready. There's a lot of pressure on them because it's their last fight. Everybody's there to watch them, and then it usually doesn't go well. Not that you don't win, but a lot of times you lose in devastating fashion, and that's something that Poirier can stick his head out and hide, and he didn't get embarrassed.
Exactly. I mean, look, after the first round, get knocked down twice.
Yeah.
If that was the time to like pack it in and say, you know what, I'm done. I'm just gonna lay down here and it's going to be over.
Right.
He was not going out like that. That's why he's a good dude.
Yeah.
It's going to be sad because there's very many people like him and Max around now. But he was guaranteed. Listen, I'm not. Not only did he not fold up and shell up, he came out and then knocked down Matt. I mean,
and responded like a champion would. So the put anything into perspective when it comes to Dustin Poirier, this tells you something, okay? The guy has been an interim champ once. He's never been a actual champion. When he announced his retirement fight, the UFC took a whole event to his home city or home state and did like this whole production for him. That shows you how much the UFC respected him and how much they loved him because you don't see that a lot.
UFC, and you look at poor... he was a guy that just had his retirement fight against a Chinese guy.
Oh man,
I mean, he put him in against, like, he now says, this is my last fight. His longtime coach had passed away.
Man,
I see his face in it, but I mean, so that's the normal. Reaction you get from the UFC. Oh, you're going to retire?
Yeah,
we're going to put you in with an assassin, and he
usually get your last ounce of drawing power.
And he got beat to death, and that's what UFC usually does. I mean, Dana White's a businessman, cutthroat, what it is, but that 100% shows you what the UFC thinks of Dustin Poirier because they set the entire. Maybe that's why they didn't put a good undercard. I mean, big names because. This is it.
Yeah,
Dustin,
right. They focused and they did. Yeah, they did.
And they usually don't do that, but I mean, shows you what a good guy Dustin is and good company man. Hey, you need me, I'll do whatever you need.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm glad they paid it back to him. It was really good to see.
Yeah, okay. So, we'll wrap up the main event talk. I thought we got into it pretty good. Let's get into some of the fights throughout the card. We'll start off with the co-main event, Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. Looking at this fight, man, it was one of those where the odds were on Kopylov. He was minus 180, 190. So almost a 2-1 favorite against a guy in Costa that has been a big name for a long time and always had this potential. And I said before the fight, if Boogie and I would have had a show Friday, I was planning to rant.
Oh.
Paulo Costa, go away. Paulo Costa, quit wasting people's time. Quit being the guy that just is collecting a paycheck and living off of the past for the last 10 years. Last night, that's not what we see, man.
Amazing. So we texted each other.
Blown away.
Like, unbelievable. He came out. I was the same way. I would have picked 100% Kopylov, first round KO, second round maybe. Because he was done. I mean, there was no heart in his prior fights. Like, he was done.
Right.
Costa just didn't seem like he wanted to be in there. He would go in there, gas out. It means he didn't train hard enough the way he's supposed to. But I guess they said a lot of injuries going on. He took a lot of time off. Came back and amazing. Him calling out Chimaev is probably.
Oh yeah.
He tried to say he's in my wife's DM.
Yeah.
Chimaev can't use. He can't even use Twitter. He's like, oh, he was in my DMs, and he's trying to just bank on another payday. He wants him to win, so thinks he put himself in for a title shot. Chimaev destroys Costa.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into that fight next month with you. But keeping it on the Paulo Costa train, man. He never looked sharper. Like his body kicks were so money. I mean, it was wide open because Kopilov's a long, rangy. But there was a point. I don't know if it was in the second round, Boogie. It was almost like Roman Kopilov was just standing there, surviving.
It's all right. Just because Costa wasn't throwing little feints or a little check kick. He put everything in every kick. Like we touched, like it's a mule. He must hit so hard because Kopilov is usually in for a brawl. He wanted no parts of that. I mean, he must hit that hard. And the kicks were devastating to the body. Holy shit. Yeah. I mean, he wanted no parts of it after. I mean, it blew me away.
And that's how you would think the fight would play out because Roman Kopilov has looked good recently. And he usually puts it on people in the second and third round. And he's a really long, rangy fighter. He just hasn't had the level of competition that Paulo Costa has. And you could tell last night, man.
It shows right there. I mean, there's levels. We always say there's levels and stuff. So, I mean, Kopilov is good. I mean, they said the world hand-to-hand combat champion. I didn't know what the difference is, but they said he was, I mean, how many years in a row he won just to be the hand-to-hand combat competition for the world. But, man, did he come out and he just got beat down.
Now, there is one thing that concerns me about Paulo Costa. I seen a video this morning that said in the pre-fight press conference, he was real jumpy and shaky up there. He couldn't sit still. They said, there's another guy that did that by the name of Ryan Garcia a couple years ago, boxer, and he was on something.
Got popped.
Yeah, and he got popped. And they're thinking with his weigh-in, he was so sucked in, and Paulo Costa looked terrible on the scales. And then for him to have a performance like he did last night, they're hoping that he's not going to get popped on something, and I hope he doesn't because, God, man, this is.
But I mean, something along those effects that would explain his performance then, because we both get the hell out of here.
Man,
He came out just a different person. He was hurting.
Like his job was on the line. He was 1-4 in his last 5 fights.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Levels too. I want to give him the respect. Like he did fight world champions Adesanya, but I mean. Kopilov wasn't a joke, I wouldn't think. Right. I mean, the way he was hitting him and hurting him, every shot hurt. So, I mean, it very well could be. I'd hate to see.
Yeah, because,
man.
He fought Sean Strickland, and he didn't have nearly the output, nearly the aggression, was kind of frozen in front of him because Strickland's an awkward style. So it was a different style for him, and Kopilov being left-handed and being a southpaw probably really opened up the body work for him. But if he gets popped, okay, and this happens, and this is real, and I don't want to speculate, but it is what it is when it comes to him. He's going to be one of the most villains of all time, man. Just a complete piece of crap, and I hope that's not it.
I want to play in the John Jones territory, but Jones just a better cheater, maybe. I mean, I never seen Costa hide under the ring when USADA come to get a piss test. But, I mean, it's like you said, he came out. There was something. They can blame it on the rest. He had a good camp or whatever you want to say, but that wasn't the Paulo Costa we've seen previous. The past 5 fights. Yeah. He was just laid back.
I was wanting him to go away. And then here's another thing I was frustrated with. This guy is 1-4 in his last 5 fights, okay? And hold on 1 second. Oh, okay. He's 1-4 in his last 5 fights. Looking at it, it's going to be, why are you putting this guy in a co-main event? Why is he even in a co-main event? He doesn't have that star power. That really frustrated me, but he did have a good performance, man.
Amazing, like you said. I mean, it would make sense. I mean, that could be maybe the only reason that he looked at. I don't want to speculate, but man, that was a different guy 5 fights ago. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of rest, a big camp. I don't care what you have. This dude came out like turned in like he went back 10 years.
Yeah,
this dude was a monster.
In his prime, and I was like, man,
he ran through people like just crushing people the whole time. I mean, Adesanya, embarrassing, but I mean, still, he did that a lot of people.
Right, but I mean, Rio Romero, he fought some guys. And,
I mean, he banged with Romero like he's not.
So hopefully, to wrap it up, hopefully Paulo Costa's back. Give him a big fight. We'll see where it goes, but I'm not going to be one that's going to be like, yes, Paulo Costa's on the card, because I just know we could get let down once again.
I mean, his history has to play into that effect. I mean, that's why we sold him down there. We'd have picked against him Friday if we'd had a show, so he's not.
Right. Oh, man, I would have been so bad.
Yeah.
Because the next fight, this guy has been one of the most frustrating fighters in the UFC to watch, and we had him figured out. Mr. Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. We had Kevin Holland figured out.
So we thought.
When he goes up to 185, he gets out wrestled by these muscular guys. When he goes down to 170, he is sharp. He is dedicated. He's a different fighter. Then he goes and fights Daniel Rodriguez in a bout that is kind of favored for him. A matchup that is a showcase for Kevin Holland. Mm-hmm. And that was not the case, man.
I mean, Rodriguez is another one. The only thing I can think of is he must have, like, cement in his gloves, too, because when he hits people, I mean, the first time ever that Holland, I didn't know that either. The first time ever Holland's been knocked down. It was twice in one round by the same guy.
Man,
so, that chin shot, whenever you seen, they put it in slow motion. It was right on his chin. And you heard DC.
Yeah, like, DC was like, his eyes rolled back.
It was over, and he kind of scrambled up, and then he got knocked down again. I mean, there's different power maybe with him, but it's tough.
But I've seen Daniel Rodriguez lose to lesser fighters. You know what I mean?
But I mean, like I said, this has been playing now for over a year. We're supposed to fight. But I mean, still D-Rod. I mean, he's not. You would think Holland should have just came in, submitted, whatever. I mean,
well, if it would have went to the ground when Holland wasn't in La La Land, I think there was a really distinct advantage for Kevin Holland. But he was so beat up. And then D-Rod, the ground and pound, his coaches are yelling, stand up, and he was just still throwing vicious punches. You got to give him credit.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Holland's not one. He's a fighter. He's going to show up every single time. I wouldn't be surprised coming down the road. You see there was an injury, something in camp that
because he's never pulling.
I mean, he's just a warrior. He's like, I'm going to fight again this year. That's just his mentality. He wants to fight. That's what he does.
Okay,
if there's an injury, because what didn't look like the Kevin Holland at 170, like we're
what we've seen,
not the same guy.
And it's disappointing because Daniel Rodriguez, he's 20-5, but I don't ever see him as being anybody other than somebody that they put on an Apex card, they put on a prelim and on a regular pay-per-view.
I mean, he maybe showed out though. Hey, you put me on a pay-per-view now. I mean, third in line from the main event.
They said he just missed out on the fight of the night. Like Dana was really, he was really happy with that fight. So,
did you see the video with Dustin and Max in the back?
Yeah, like we didn't get the fight of the night, bro. He's like, I almost knocked you out, and you almost knocked me out the same round.
Someone called in. What's wrong with this?
Yeah, that was good. But looking at Daniel Rodriguez, I just never thought he would be one of those guys that they'd put on a pay-per-view main card. I just thought he would always be a mid-card guy. But like you said, he really, if Kevin Holland wasn't hurt and he wasn't overlooking this going into his next fight, D-Rod put on a performance of his life, man. His best fight to date.
I mean, he's time to move up too. If that was his bad, there's no excuses. He wasn't hurt.
Yeah,
it was straight up, and he lost that bad. Yeah. I mean, put him up with a name, give him a bit.
Yeah, because D-Rod's 38 years old. I don't know how old Kevin Holland is.
I think he's like 35 or 36.
I can look it up. He is 32. He's 32, so he still has a lot of time left. He just fights like his schedule's unreal. He's trying to fight 6 times this year, but
I mean that's what he does. He turned back some of the Kevin Holland stuff, like he didn't showboat. He
didn't talk. He was
maybe stick to what he did. I mean, hey, talk shit, do what you got to do, dance.
He continues to be the guy that you'll never figure out.
No, I mean, there's like you said, the show would happen Friday. Holland wins easy.
Yeah,
I would have predicted that.
Right.
That shouldn't even be on a pay-per-view. It should be undercard.
But, I mean, there's this fight, and then the next fight we're going to talk about I thought was easy money. But sticking with this fight, Kevin Holland, it's going to be one of those things that it's like a guilty pleasure for me. I always root for the guy knowing I shouldn't. I bet on him, knowing I shouldn't. I should just take my head, slam it off that wall back there, because that's what you do with Kevin Holland. But man, he just sucks me in. He has a couple good fights, and then he does what he does.
But it's hard not. It's hard not to though. We were in 100% agreement. We both would have been.
He was like a minus 500 favorite.
I mean, it should have been that way.
Yeah.
I mean, the way it played out, like I said, unless D-Rod hits that hard, I knew it hits hard, but
right. And getting caught, and then he was on it, man. As soon as he hurt him, it was brutal. I'm surprised Kevin Holland survived. Maybe when we talk about Kevin Holland, one thing that we discuss a lot is how frequent his fight schedule is. But maybe that's not good for the development of Kevin Holland.
I mean, look what Adesanya did. Like, he was
right.
I mean, you're fighting the title defense. You're fighting the best of the best.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he's going it 3 or 4 times a year. Yeah.
I mean, it's time to sit back, get your brain together, get your body together, because you can't heal up in 3-4 months like he wants to fight like that. You just can't do it.
And you got guys sitting back game planning for you when you're not developing any more skills because you're constantly defending your belt and just trying to stay active and not really, rounding your game.
When Holland hit the first darts when he put on him, I'm like, oh, it's over because his arm is so long.
Yeah.
I mean, D-Rod just kind of shrugged it off.
Yeah,
and whoa.
Yeah, because I thought he was going to get him a couple times, and he didn't. But that fight was disappointing to me because I really thought Kevin Holland was going to go in there, win in spectacular fashion. I thought the matchup was bred for him, and that's why we love the sport, because any day, any night, any time, man, it can flip, and it did.
That's why you don't fight on paper. When I wrestled, my coach said the same thing. Paper's good for wiping your ass and writing on. That's it. It's not good for fighting. It's not good for wrestling. You go out there, I don't care what his record is, what his rank is, what people are saying about him. That's on paper.
Okay.
Whenever you get down, okay, now it's time to get down. So, I mean, anytime, man. I mean, it could change.
Yeah. All right, so going into the next fight, we have 2 fights left on the main card. Dan Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. I don't know how, when it comes to a fight, okay, there's always been an angle with Dan Ige that just said there's a chink in the armor, man. Wrestle him. He's always been somebody that's just been susceptible of being taken down. He has great jiu-jitsu off his back, good defensive wrestling, but he just seems to always end up on his butt when he gets into a wrestling match with somebody. And then you have Pitbull, a guy that ain't wrestled in forever, and he actually had a game plan for it, man, and I was shocked.
I was ready. I texted you, like, Pitbulls, were fraud.
Yeah, he's a fraud.
And he came out, he stuck to he tried to cry before. I'm usually preparing for 5-round fights. I don't buy that one bit. Okay, it's a 3-round fight. You know what you have to turn on. Right. I don't have 3 rounds to feel my opponent out, then go fight the 4th and 5th round. You've got to be prepared for a professional fight. Not, hey, I'm going to go 2 rounds, and I was ready for 3 rounds. Now I'm ready. And then he started that fight out he caught Ige good, and then kind of stunned him a little bit. I've never really seen him hurt, but they kind of stunned him and knocked him down.
Right. Yeah.
The wrestling, he said he took him down, controlled him. He went for the win. He needed to win.
Yeah, he needed to win because
Pitbull would have been cut. I think
because he's older. He didn't look impressive against Yair Rodriguez. He got outclassed. This was a little bit more at his level of competition. I think if it would have been a stand-up kickboxing match, Danny Ige all day long would have just been picking him apart. But with Pitbull mixing in the takedowns, that really made Ige think. It was like he was shocked, and it was a deer in headlights the whole fight, man. You got to give Pitbull credit.
Yeah, the game plan, like you texted me, it was perfect. Like, he had the first time he came for a game plan, not like, hey, I'm Pitbull, I'm coming in.
Yeah.
I don't need a plan. I'm the champ. I'm whatever my name is, so I'm good to go. He maybe got humbled a little bit with Rodriguez, and so he could have came in with something different, but he had a plan, stuck to it first off, and didn't deviate from it. He collected a paycheck, you got the win. You can't fault him. The plan was there, and the plan worked, and at the end, it's about winning and losing. It's not about, hey, you want to go for the performance tonight, definitely, but when your career probably is on the line, because I think after 2 times, Dana would have probably just got rid of him.
Yeah, I think so too. And with him being a big name in other organizations and his age, they are not going to put him on small cards. He will be on another pay-per-view now in a marquee matchup. Yep. That gets him another big payday. Even if he loses, that gets him another payday. If he doesn't embarrass himself, he might have a couple more fights in the UFC. They're just going to milk it for what's left in his career. But it's up to him to he could just keep winning and keep going. I'm not a fan. I'm just not. But I can't knock him for what he did last night.
It's all about win or lose in the end. everybody likes to go out and see somebody get their head knocked off or submitted with some crazy submission. But in the end, we're not out there getting punched in the face when our arms are getting broke. So I'm going to get my next paycheck too.
Right.
Stuck to the game plan. I mean, it wasn't a boring fight by any means. So I don't want to put it as like, well, yeah, they just laid and prayed. It was a good, exciting fight for those two. You would think the names, you would think there'd be more high action.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to go out there. Ige can knock anybody out.
I think
easily.
he, with a fight like that, though, and there was some exciting back and forth matches, and that fight just got kind of forgotten. You know what I mean? Like, because it was, like you said, it was competitive. Was it blow me away or anything? No, but
he got the win. He did his job, got the win, and move on. Like you said, he's going to get another paycheck. He may get ranked now because Ige was 11th, I think, so he may be ranked now.
Yeah.
Do you give him a top 10 guy, top 8 guy?
So give him another name and then sell.
His name's going to sell fights, and it'll be hey, Pitbull's in this pay-per-view. And here he is on the card. So Dana's going to position that perfectly and get him in. So
moving on, the first fight of the main card. Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. When you look at the matchup, back in 2011, Boogie and I went to our first UFC, and Michael Johnson was on that card, already established in the UFC.
Yes.
14 years ago. This guy has fought everybody. He's fought Khabib. He's fought the who's who. His record has been up and down his whole career, 24-19, Michael Johnson. You look at Daniel Zellhuber, he's been in a lot of exciting fights. Long, lengthy guy, young, dangerous, almost like another setup fight. We'll start this off on the main card. We're going to give Daniel Zellhuber somebody that's shorter, that's going to stand in front of him, go finish him, go look good, market yourself, and then what happens?
Johnson does what he does, man.
Yeah.
He comes in, he's like, listen, I'm not no stepping stone for anybody. You're not going to make a name off me. And he blasted him, knocked him down, and he couldn't recover after that. After he knocked him down, he tried to play catch up. You can't play catch up in the last round.
No. In a 3-round fight and you're down 2-0, and like you said, it was a steep start.
Again, levels. Michael Johnson's been the losses. The record isn't very good, but look who he's fought.
Yeah,
you've got to put some credit on that. Like, okay, how many people have beat Khabib? That's 0.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times you have to put who he fought in his record. Well, he had 19 losses, but still losing against. He has a couple duds in his career, but
he's fought Dustin Poirier. He's fought the who, man. If you look at his record, I guarantee you right now we could look, and he has same killer wins. I know he fought Charles Oliveira. He's fought these guys, man. Everybody. He just has.
And look, he was the biggest underdog on the whole pay-per-view. Like the whole card, he was the biggest underdog betting wise.
Yeah.
And he came out, and I texted him before I had Johnson. I had a first round KO would have been my prediction, but he got the decision, which I'm surprised he got the decision, but still.
My prediction going into this fight was I was thinking Johnson, man. I've always been a fan of him because he's scrappy. He's just got really good boxing, and he always brings it. I've seen him get knocked out. I've seen him finish guys. But I thought the length of Daniel Zellhuber was going to be so much that those knees, those elbows were really going to just tear and shred him apart. And what it was he was just too lengthy and slow, and Johnson could get in and out quick, man, crisp, and that long.
You heard his corner, like the first round, he said he's fast.
Yeah,
like his elbow couldn't be like, man, this dude is fast. And you've seen Johnson every time he would rush in, he would go to the body. He would stay away from the head. The arms came down, and then he clipped him with the one and dropped him down.
Yeah.
So, but if you see, it was weird because you see him. They said he's so long and lanky, he should have been able to pick him apart.
Yeah.
Johnson came in, and he would just intentionally throw shots to his stomach. He would never try for the head.
Right.
Because he knew if you get counted for the head, you're going to catch for a head kick if you're out of range. Another great game plan, worked to perfection.
Yeah.
Got the knockdown.
And hey, that's a huge win for him. On maybe if he gets knocked out there in a brutal fashion, that might be the last fight we ever see Michael Johnson. You know what I mean? All in all, UFC 318, I kind of like doing this recap because it's a lot of reaction, and I like doing this recap of the shows. All in all, though, for 318, if I had to give it out of a 1 to 10 rating, in my opinion, I'm giving it a solid 7. That's what it didn't blow me away. The main event was great, but the card in itself, where would you put it? What do you think?
I would say 7 too. Like you said, there's no name person. Like it was this one pay-per-view was designed around one guy.
Yeah.
And we had our doubts going in. Like you can't. Like that's why they didn't put a big name as a co-main event because then it takes away his shine from Dustin. The whole pay-per-view was set up just for him. We had our doubts about it, but I mean, the fights played out great. There was a lot of finishes early.
Yeah.
I mean,
so the prelims, first 6 fights of the night.
Finishes. Boom, boom, boom.
And I was like, oh my God. Like, one, when that happens, they usually start spacing fights out because they're trying to slow down for the times.
Commercials pay.
They couldn't slow it down enough, man. There was a time where they put on a E60 for a minute, and they were showing some stuff because it was just brutal fight after brutal fight, and it was awesome. But then the main card, and it was decision, and that's usually how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, the undercard, people don't undersell it, man, because that's where you see the bangers. I still don't know why. It just tells there's no real fans, these stars that come out there, because except for what's his name came out.
Oh, Theo Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn was out there. He was like dedicated 100%. He was out there 2 hours before the production crew came. He was ready to see some fights. He stayed the whole time. That was awesome to see.
So the one prelim that I did want to talk about was Martin Vettori and Brendan Allen. Watching the come up of that fight, I've never been a fan of Martin Vettori. Never. He just doesn't finish guys. But Brendan Allen really put it on him, and it was a really spectacular performance. Vettori, showed his grit. But that one fight of the night, that was worth talking about. It was a scrap, man. It was a good fight. I mean,
Vettori, he's like a big, lunky, which you'd picture Rocky when he was. Because he stands there and gets hit in the face like his head's a brick, but he gets hit over and over and over. Busted his nose, but he still kept coming for the dude's going to keep coming. He's not going to back off. He's going to keep coming and attack. And I mean, that's why he's still where he is, because I mean, he knows his position now, but that was a lot of heat on that fight too. They don't like each other.
Yeah.
And you've seen that throughout the fight. Like there was no like, hey, good job or dapping up. It was Vittori's like, all right, kiss my ass.
Well, and then watching Brendan Allen for years, he's just so good on the ground that when he gets stuck in a stand-up fight, usually he's susceptible to getting caught, getting beat up, but he really looked sharp, looked like he started to develop a little bit more. That might have been his best performance here today.
Well, I mean, you got to think, too, it was Marvin Vettori. I can throw a punch faster than he throws a punch.
You're right.
It's not much. He's in there to be a target, like a catcher's mitt. That's what his face is. Bam, bam, bam. And that's why Vittori's in there. You can't hurt him, and he's just there to get hit. So I don't think – I mean, he showed okay. Vittori's still world class, don't get me wrong, but I mean, Allen still the bread and butter's on the ground. His stand-up was okay, but again, when you're fighting Vettori, who's just going to keep him just one punch.
He just marches forward.
Slow. He slogs forward. It's slow. He gets countered.
And he's getting older, so he's even slower than he was.
But I mean, he still can rock straight in there and get hit in the face, and you can't hurt that dude. I mean, that's a bad dude.
That's our recap of UFC 318. If you guys have any other opinions, or you thought we nailed something, comment below and let us know how we did. Let us know if you guys enjoyed it, if this is something going forward, because I think moving forward we might be doing this a little bit more often.
I think it's real interesting to see.
Yeah, right. And we if we do the before show, we can talk about how bad my bets were doing, but we didn't get a chance to do that because, I did really good in the beginning of the night on the fights. I had a 6-leg parlay. I cashed out with 2 legs left. It ended up hitting all 6 legs, so I cashed out again, and I should have wrote it out, but hitting 6 legs, I was happy. I still won over $100, and then I continuously lost it back the rest of the night, how it usually goes.
That's why the big buildings are Las Vegas.
Something I wanted to talk to you about with this UFC in particular, I want to talk about the BMF title, Max Holloway's BMF title. I want it to go away. That's just my opinion. When I see the BMF title, I see a gimmick. I see a WWE thing. I see something that's not sustainable, because even though Max Holloway is great, he's one of my top 5 favorite fighters of all time, and I love that he's the champ. What if there's somebody at 185 that thinks they're the baddest man on the planet? Well, they can't have a BMF title because it's at 155. Yep. You can't have a BMF title for every weight class, because then you're boxing. I want it to go away. How do you feel about that?
I agree. I mean, because they specifically made it as a gimmick because of Diaz and
Jorge Masvidal. Yep.
So I mean, that was a good gimmick to start with, and then they just kept riding with it. But if you ask Max Holloway, do you want this BMF title, or do you want to fight for the real title next fight? He's throwing away that BMF title right now. Take it. I don't want no part of it. And why is he going to risk? I mean, he's had to win a world title. He's a former champ, 45 several times. Why is he going to risk his face going and get into wars like that? And he knows when you're put in a fight like that, I mean, you're going to take some damage. Max always takes damage, but why are you not going to dedicate yourself to win the actual title? He's going to throw those rankings up. You could keep this damn thing.
Right.
He wants the title, the world title, and it needs to go. I mean, Dana's going to sell it for a little bit, but I wouldn't. I mean, if I'm Max,
here's my thing. When it comes to the BMF title, every time it's up for grabs, one, it's a really good fight. It always is. They don't wrestle. It's always guys that are going to stand and strap. But also, it don't have to be the BMF title. That weight division, the 145, 155, 170s, that's where that belt hangs. That's some of the killers of all killers of the UFC anyways. Those fights would be there without the title. I think that belt means nothing unless every time he puts it up for defense, it's like a $5 million payday. Then Max is like, I'm good. I'll do what I do.
I'll do what it takes. You're right. Put a payday on it. Not okay. You're the champ. I'm sure there's some type of payout, but it's not a actual known. I won't say known, but an actual
a bonus figure in the contract.
You're not. He's not getting pay-per-view for being a title holder. I don't think.
Not getting the champ. He might be getting the champ stuff. The pay-per-view points, maybe.
I don't know either. I don't know but still, he was pretty pissed off they didn't win the fight of the night. So 50 G's is 50 G's.
Right. I look at it. I'm like, well, eventually they're going to want to have a women's BMF. They're going to expand it. And then what? That opens up another belt and another belt. Just gimmicky. And I want it to go away before it gets out of hand. I don't know if that's a red what is that, like a hot take on the belt, or that's just the normal public, but that's how I feel.
I think the same way, like you said, and that's I didn't even think about that. Put almost like a winner take all tournament type deal. So now, if I win this title, there's $1 million. I mean, anybody's going to take, okay, now, world title. I'd like the world title for the pay-per-views, but I mean, you're in a Conor McGregor territory where I mean, you defend a title twice. There's $2 million plus the pay-per-views plus your actual paychecks. Make it worthwhile. Make somebody to care about it. Make it worthwhile having not just a phantom. Have somebody put your belt around you.
Yeah, because that stuff doesn't do anything for me.
Here's my title and give me my $100 million.
Right.
Count $2 million. Whatever. I mean, Dana's cheap. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's not cheap, but he's a businessman. He's not going to give away $1 million that easy, but make it worthwhile. You have more people like us more interested. Like,
right, because $1 million, when you see guys really actively want that thing.
Yeah. Make it worth the chase and not, okay, just because of Dustin's retirement fight and he picked Max. He just happened to be the BMF title holder.
Right.
So, I mean, it would have been Max regardless if he was the title holder or not. Yeah. Because it's just the way they think of each other, it's mutual respect. Add $1 million to it. You're right. Every time you defend it, $1 million, boom. And then you're going to see. It's
one of those things, too, is if there's a guy at 170 and he can make 165, you're going to have to make these make-believe weights because it should be all comers, man. If you're the BMF, you can't just be the BMF in the lightweight division and center it down to that. I'm sure Khamzat Chimaev thinks he's the baddest motherfucker in the world.
100%.
You know what I mean? I'm sure Robert Whittaker thinks he's the man. I'm sure Alex Pereira, 205, thinks he's the best, the BMF of all BMFs. But it's tough whenever you have it on a 155 or 145 pounder. And that's not knocking Max any. No. That's just the build it needs.
You have to get rid of it. Like you said, you have to get rid of it because all you're going to do now is expand it to where, hey, why, if there's no meaning to it, like you said, well, I mean, who's going to fight Pereira? Say you're not the baddest man. I mean, Max Holloway can't go up there.
Right.
He said he could fight at 85. I don't know. He's not going to get that big. He said he could when he walks around. You're not going to fight somebody.
You're not going to fight him. No.
So, well, I mean, get rid of it or incentivize it. Hey, here it is. And then draw people in to care about it. Other than, hey, I'm going to have Wheezy come up with the belt on.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It is cheesy. It's real cheesy. And on top of that, I don't want to see Max Holloway go up and get hurt.
No.
Fighting a bigger guy to defend a belt that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's not. So who's going to put the belt in? Who cares? It takes years off. Max is a warrior anyways. He'd fight anybody, but why are you going to put years of your life away from not going to ask for the world title? He wants to get back with Topuria. I get it. We'll see. I mean,
and Topuria wants that belt for some reason. I don't know if he just wants it as another notch on his belt. He said he wants it. Maybe he just wants another easy payday. Thinks he can knock Max out again. I don't know.
I mean, if Max is they're both at 55, it's still. I mean,
so you touched on it for a brief second with the BMF title when it originated. It was Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. They needed a belt. They had an event at Madison Square Garden and didn't have a title fight. They made one up. That was the first mistake, man. They could have did something and not have a title that's just out there, a make-believe title. But they did it. They keep it around, and I just want it to go away. Hopefully, Max. I don't know. Maybe he just drops.
Get rid of it. Because he should be focusing on that title. I mean, not the BMF title, the real title.
Yeah.
Just hey, somebody else can have this.
Yeah.
You mean you want whoever wants to be BMF? Have a tournament, like you said here. Put $1 million for the winner. Have a tournament over so many pay-per-views. I'm going to go back almost like Bellator, but here's a tournament. This fight. Yeah. Then the big card at the end of the year, maybe the 4th of July.
Yeah.
White House. We'll get into that later, but still get into that. Then the winner take all for the BMF title, $1 million on top of it. Now you get some people's attention.
Because like Max said, everybody thinks I'm 40. He just turned 33.
Yeah, 30.
He's still there. If it's not Islam Makhachev or Ilya Topuria, some of the best in the world, man, he's right there. He's right there. You know, he just right now is in a bad time to be in those weight classes.
Even when he was in the title, I mean, he defended the belt at 45 so much. And then
and
Volkanovski came up, and he had 3 fights against Volk. There was just people who, I mean, there's a roadblock. Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson. Phil Mickelson would have been the best ever. Yeah. But Tiger Woods was there. It's wrong era. Yep. I mean, so at 45, he ran out of time. There's just not enough time. I'm glad he's up to 55. That's where it belongs. But you see Poirier put a hurting on him too. Somebody at 55, you can put your weight on. You can hit harder yourself. But that by coming back is going to be just as hard. Right. Hit just as hard. So, I mean, 55 is where he belongs, but he has to, I would say, change his style somewhat. I mean, you're not going to get a better boxer than Dustin at 55. Yeah. So that was a great matchup. Yeah. So he has the potential with his boxing. Max is as good as they get.
Yeah. But I think Topuria just is that much better right now because he's younger. He hasn't been knocked out, so he doesn't have that on him. He's a fearless guy. I think he's a top 3 right now in the pound for pound. I just think he's a killer. But Max is still going to be there, man. He's never going to go away. That's why we love him. But being with him having the BMF title, I think hopefully some way they just get rid of this
phase thing. It out.
Phase it out.
Something out there because it's a gimmick now. They said you want to be a WWE champion. Yeah. It's not meaning, okay, I wear this BMF title. Wheezy put it on me, who cares? Now I'm going to focus on the real title. It goes into the background. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
All right.
So the next topic I wanted to talk about, you brought up briefly. We're going to talk about it right now. The UFC at the White House, man. Next July 4th, they're doing it. They're getting it all set up now. We're not going to know a fight card for a long time. I wish people would stop speculating and stop saying this guy will fight, this guy will fight. The logistics alone is going to take a lot, but it's going to be a one-on-one, man. We thought the Sphere was awesome.
I mean, the Sphere was a one-on-one event too. It was amazing. White House to me and you. I mean, political things aside, we're talking. I mean, you're in front of the press. Everybody, white, black, whatever your background is, everybody loves when Donald Trump comes in, gets a picture with him. So to fight at the White House on the 4th of July, 250th birthday,
right?
Holy shit! Are we talking about?
And then you look at us. We love the UFC. We loved the UFC for a long time. It used to be such this little niche sport that was like a cage or a cock. What do they call it? A cockfight, right? And they're doing it at the White House. No other sport.
In front of the President of the United States, and it's going to be such limited amount of tickets with the White House in the background. It's going to be so much. I can't wait. But again, stop speculating on who's going to fight. I want this card. It's a year away, guys. Yeah. Slow down, calm down. Personally, I mean, because of the bias, that'll never happen. But I would tell John Jones, sorry.
Did you see any of that last night? Did you see any of that drama last night? So, the post-fight press conference, They ask him about John Jones, and he goes, listen, he says it over and over. We're a year away. The landscaping of the MMA world could change so much. Big namers could move up. There could be different fights lined up. But how can I go on a monumental event like that and trust John Jones? I can't do it. And that's the best way of going about it. And John Jones responded. He said, yeah.
I'm sure it was typical John.
Yeah, he was like, there's nothing I can do about this. He said, I've always looked for a way to like really drive me to want to fight. And he goes, there's nothing more I would want to fight for than to fight for my country. I'm going to train, get back in the gym. I'm doing everything I need to do. I will be ready to fight at the White House. And all he's doing is trying to keep his name in the headlines.
He's such a scumbag, dude. That's all he wants to see. He retired for 14 days, 15 days. I'm back, guys. I'm just kidding. Let me come back. And this is what brought me up back in a fight at the White House, which would be amazing. And him and Donald Trump get along. He loved that Trump was there to watch the Stipe fight, but why would you hang your hat on that dude?
Yeah.
It's not. And he already, did see that he said that'll be his retirement fight. Like, that's a lot now, I'll retire.
Yeah, right.
I mean, just to keep dangling a carrot, dude, just go.
And I get it. We want to have an American headline that card because why wouldn't you? It's July 4th. You would love to see Max Holloway, Justin Gaethje come out with the American flag. You would love it. It would send you chills. John Jones wants that spotlight.
That's all.
But how do you say you deserve this when all the criminal charges and everything that's been wrong? You're trying to you don't know if this guy's going to show up. They had UFC 200. He was the main event. Guess what, guys? The day before, he was out. He got busted. He put the UFC in a hard spot. And that was UFC 200 at the time. Was the biggest fight of all time. And I know Dana White is not going to let it happen again, man.
He's going to get burned again. John Jones is going to sell the monies. He'll make the name, but he can't, a year into now. If I'm Dana White, hey, you had your chance. We gave you everything you caught. Every stipulation you had, we gave it to you. You retired. Yeah. If we were to believe the reports. Yeah. So I'm saying, hey, here it is. This is what the stipulations are. You're going to get this, this, this. If you want to be the champ, you want to fight for this, the White House, you're taking this, or somebody else is getting a spot. Don't let John Jones control the strings like he always does.
Right. If I'm the UFC, if I'm the UFC, they know they have a year to get this all in order. They know for the next 6 months they're really going to be digging in on how this is just going to be, how they're going to be able to even put on a fight, because they don't even do outside fights. So you're adding that in the equation. But if I'm the UFC, this is what I do, Boogie. I really look at the talent of the American fighters, right? And I pick out 5 or 6, and I try to set them up with the best matchups. And I know this happens a lot. It happens when they go to these different countries and they put they cans versus these guys. Build up a couple of these American fighters, give them some names, put some time into them, build them a story that some of the people and fans would care about. And maybe a year from now, you can have a guy that's big enough to be an American star to headline it.
And not be John Jones.
Yeah,
I mean, like you said, they obviously 100% do it. You go to a different country, you go to China, they're putting some tomato can against Leach and all those other people.
Yeah, well, what's his name? A couple weeks from now, Johnny Walker's fighting that Lin Zhang, and it's going to be Johnny Walker's going to go in and get destroyed because it's in UFC and it's in Asia somewhere, China. Yeah. But I could see, best case scenario, what if you just run it back with Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway? 2 Americans. I mean, I know it's a year from now, but
it's so tough. I mean, because Gaethje, how many fights does Gaethje have left in him?
Gaethje wants to fight for the title, headline in the White House.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. But I mean, do you bring back Kamaru Usman too? I mean, he's up there.
He's up there.
He's got a chance to be up there. Give him a shot.
Yeah, but he represents Nigeria, man.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he uses the Nigerian. He tries because he wants to have a fight in Africa. Them 3. Remember Francis, Adesanya, and Kamaru Usman all want to fight. But I would just figure out the Sean O'Malley's.
He would be on the card 100%.
Yeah,
I would say
Sean Strickland. Would you be afraid to put him on that card?
You know what you get with Strickland, son. You gotta. Do you want to gamble on this? dude not being arrested or means beating somebody up.
Yeah, or saying the worst shit possible.
But I mean, he is 100% American, and so America will be behind him 100%. But there is no filter, and Dana White filters nobody.
Yeah.
But that dude is going to be, I mean, look, he's already suspended now because he ran into one dude talked shit on his team.
Yeah, and Chris Curtis ran in and
ran in
fought the guy in the middle of the fight, or at the end of the fight.
Yeah. You just can't, you got to put and Dana's never going to put a leash on him, so that's why the Nevada Commission said, listen, you're not fighting until we get this figured out. You just can't go in.
So here's one fight I have an idea for when it comes to this card. And it's so far away. But look at this, okay? Amanda Nunes is just coming back. She has to be in the pool for so long. They're trying to waive the 6 month right now. Kayla Harrison wants her to get an exemption because she wants to fight her now. Okay, say they fight. Amanda Nunes wins in a close fight. Why couldn't you have Amanda Nunes, Kayla Harrison, too, for a rematch on that card? That could happen if the fight was close. If you get a fight in December like we predict, and it's a good fight, you could have that rematch. That could be on the main card.
But the only problem with that, I mean, I agree it would be definitely stellar headlines, but how hard it is for Harrison to make 35. That just kills her. I mean, she has 2 fights. My prediction is 2 fights maybe left at 35. I told you before, that making that last pound from 36 to 35 is everything. For her to put her, I mean, it would be great. She loves America too. How girl. Does she want to put, I mean, twice making, I mean, she kills herself.
Well, here's an idea, Boogie. There is a championship that's never been taken away from Amanda Nunes. It's the women's featherweight, 145. She has that belt. What if she would defend that belt and they would move up to 145?
That would be now you're talking Harrison. Now, I mean, they're both going to put on some, but
yeah, you're talking a shredded, not
I would
depleted.
favor Harrison in 45. I mean, Nunes is above all right now. If they go to 35, I think Nunes gets her just because of the way you have to suck to make that. For her to make that last pound is amazing. At 45, take it out of retirement. Holy shit! Now you got my attention because Harrison's not going to kill herself. She walks around I think like 180. So hell. But now 40.
See, we're going to speculate just as much as everybody else when it comes to this because it's exciting. UFC at the White House is going to be a one-time and one-time only thing. It's going to be awesome. Everybody says Conor McGregor, John Jones. Take them both out of the equation, man. Lead the circus. Get the circus out there. Make this a great event. Hit a home run with these fights. Pack it with Americans. And if you don't have them yet, you have a year to build them.
Don't speculate on what John Jones may or may not do in a year. Conor McGregor, is he going to be in prison? I mean, why would you?
Right.
Of course they want to be on there because they're both attention whores. Right. And they just want to be, the spotlight's got to be on them. I mean, I wouldn't. You're 100% right. Let's build it up. You got a year. Let's get this built up. Again, here, the logistics are starting to think like we're talking July in the middle of Virginia. It's going to be hot, humid. How are you going to? I mean, last time there was a boxing match outdoors, and it was so slick from the humidity because it's going to have to be at night. The humidity, I mean,
July 4th, Washington, it's going to be hot.
That's what I'm saying. Humidity is going to be up. I mean, there's a lot of
logistics.
They would have to build.
Well, they said nothing has ever been on the White House lawn that's 20,000 pounds. That's what the cage weighs. Like, there's a lot of stuff. And they're going, I think, in 2 weeks to go to meet with the president, figure out what he wants, and map this thing out. They've already went and walked the perimeter and everything and tried to have a open look at this thing. But there's going to be a lot to go in this because the Washington Monument is going to be on one side. The White House is going to be on the other. The backdrop is going to be out of a movie. And if these fights deliver, it's going to be the best combat. We thought the Sphere was great, and it was. This might top it, man, just because of you can't never replicate it.
Never. I mean, one-on-one, this will never happen again. Yeah. Never again, because you're not going to have a president like Donald Trump who's going to loves the UFC, shows up to the fights, the crowd goes crazy. I mean, you're going to have, what do you say, like 30,000 people max? Yeah. So you're going to have, a little bit bigger than Apex, mid-time. They're a lot smart people than me is going to have the logistics to figure out
how do you
July 4th
background check 20,000 people, and how do you win a lottery to get tickets? There's so much.
How much money is going to be? I mean, we talked about, hey, DC, we can be there, and I can drive there in 6 hours, but you're going to have to mortgage a house.
Yes.
And then again, they're not going to give these tickets to any Joe Schmo. It's going to be every single name you've ever seen in Hollywood.
Well, you're talking about the 250th birthday of America.
A fireworks show going off. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
On July 4th, that's going to be a piece of what's going on in the nation's capital, you know?
The small piece. And then, I mean, did you do the fireworks after the fights around 1 in the morning after the main event? You do it before because they're going to start at 10 at night, so it'll be kind of dark. Maybe.
Yeah, oh man. And then, me personally, I have a huge cookout on July 4th at the lake. I'm going to have to tell people about 5 o'clock. Wrap it up.
Hit the bricks.
It's America's holiday. I'm going.
We got shit to do. Wrap it up.
Yeah. There's a UFC tonight.
You guys can stay here. I'm out, guys. You guys do.
All right. So there's a few more things I want to touch base on before we wrap this show up. First and foremost, there's a guy that's fighting that you want to give a shout out to, don't you?
Yeah. Justin Starcher, my guy at work, his son, 1-0 now from the Sprawling Brawling Club in Zanesville.
Ohio.
Made a good showing. His first fight looked really good, really sharp. He has a fight coming up on
August 2nd. August 2nd.
It's up in Canton. If anybody wants to show up down there, he'll be the only one representing the club there. But still, I mean, the team will be there backing him up. So I know I was talking to Tim, his father, about he's a little concerned. The guy's a yellow belt in jiu-jitsu and he's a state caliber wrestler. I explained to him, your son, the strength he seemed to have. The guy, if you remember his first fight, the guy tried to take him down, and then
the wrestling was there and the strength.
Somebody, and you think, okay, I got like Mike Tyson. Everybody got to play get hit in the mouth. So he can be a yellow belt jiu-jitsu guy until he gets grabbed on. I mean, Justin grabs a hold of him. Oh shit!
Yeah.
I got to try to think on the fly what I'm going to do because I'm not going to be able to put a triangle on this dude because he's too strong.
Right.
I mean, we were talking.
Yeah, he's getting punched in the face at the same time.
On top of that, I mean, the dude's strong as hell. So I'll be busy then. I'd like to go up and watch it, but still, I mean, I got stuff going on with family and stuff, but it's going to be up in Canton.
But we're always going to shout that gym out, Sprawling and Brawling from Zanesville, Ohio. Good luck, man. Hopefully you win your second amateur fight. Next thing I wanted to get into, last weekend, Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, the guy won't go away, gets counted out week after week. Every fight, it's like, all right, he's old, he's washed, he's going to get knocked out. This time, he was the Derek Lewis old man. He put on a show.
How many people are going to fall for his fake eye poke or I'm getting hurt or something, and they lower their guard, and it was perfect. He's like, his reach is too big. I can't get in there.
So he's fighting a young, huge, size-wise, up-and-comer in Thailand Teixeira. Somebody that didn't fight anybody the caliber of Derek Lewis. Just big, sloppy, doesn't impress us too much. But he leaned in with the left and caught Derek Lewis, but it wasn't much. And like Boogie said, Derek Lewis said, I can't reach him, so I sucked him in. And he acted like his eye was hurt, and he came in.
And the guy came in to go for the kill, and then Derek does what he does, man. He's got dynamite in his hands. Boom. That was a great stoppage. I don't care what anybody says.
Everybody says early, he was pulling himself up on the fence.
He was out. He hit the ground, and then Lewis is on top of him. And if he doesn't use the cage to climb up to be able to stand up again,
he's going to lay there and get mauled.
So you can't do that.
And Derek Lewis said, he's climbing on the cage, and it caused me to punch myself in the leg.
he's a one-on-one, man.
Yeah,
so great.
Post-fight press conferences are the best. You never know what he's going to say. ESPN learned their lesson if they didn't know before. They had to mute half his post-fight interview. He's entertaining as entertaining he can come. I'll always be a fan of him. I know what he is. He's another one. Shoe him in on the White House. Because he already 100%. Talked to the president. He got some FBI stuff.
He's like, we take care of something. I can't go to D.C.
It's classified.
The dude's such original. When I asked him, well, what's next? He's like, first thing I'm going to do is get on my wife next.
That's who's up next.
She's the one next because I haven't been back camp for long.
He's like, she's going to get ground and pound. He's awesome. So I'm glad he won. Glad that moved on. That was a great night of fights as well.
Yeah.
The next thing I wanted to talk about, like I said, we're rapid fire through this because we're wrapping up the show. How about Ben Askren, man? what's going on with him and his recovery. Guy ended up, his lungs needed a double lung transplant. Yeah. We've never been a fan of him as a fighter, but as a human being, it's great to see him fight through. Yeah. And we wish him the best wishes as well.
He's been, like I said, his wrestling background from Missouri. Any wrestler, I'm always back up. But I mean, Askren's always just been one of those dudes where his talent for wrestling is the only thing he carried around. He could do nothing else but wrestle. But he was so dominant that he could hold you down and then eventually submit you. But I mean, a double lung transplant. He just had pneumonia, and then a world-class athlete still and needed a double lung transplant. A dude died. He said died 4 times. Yeah. But I mean, good dude. I'm glad people were coming in to help him out.
Right. As big as a piece of shit Jake Paul looks, he came and donated a lot of money. Yeah. Dana White said he didn't want to say anything, but the UFC stepped in.
They forced it out. He's like, well, since you brought it up, he's like, I don't like talking Dana. I don't like talking about this shit, but of course we help him.
I have a coworker that wrestled at the University of Missouri. He knows Ben Askren. He knows Michael Chandler. He says a lot of bad stuff about Michael Chandler personally, but he don't say that about Ben Askren. He said Ben Askren in the wrestling gym was not like, that's a lot of show and gimmick when it comes to So I'm glad that he's on the up and up, man. It's good to see. And I'm glad to see the MMA world and the world in general, come and surround him and help him out.
So. I mean, my father-in-law had a heart transplant a couple years ago. Now I'm not sure what it was. And I know, like, you have to take anti-rejection medicine for the rest of your life. Yeah, right. I can only imagine what a double lung transplant has to be like. Holy shit. Yeah. So
he's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, good dude. Like I said, he sold fights. He was just talk shit. That's what he did. Goofy dude, a little chubby belly, that perm he had on, and he would still come out and laugh, and we want the fuck would come on as boss.
Yeah, we rooted against him.
Yeah, looked at Dana White. This is the best you got.
So next week we won't be back. We will be back in August for the UFC 319. But there's a big fight next week. UFC on ABC 9. It's Robert Whittaker versus your boy. Can I call him your boy? RDR, you put him in your wheelhouse? Or you just somebody that because I think he's overrated, you kind of come to fence for
It's because of Bo Nickel. It's just he's overrated. He's a turd. I don't like Bo Nickel, but I mean, it is what. But RDR, you just have to put some respect on him. He's lost 2 fights to the same guy. And you can't. I mean, he's
what 23-2 now.
Yeah, he's fought names. He retired with me, but then there was at 1 championship. But there was 2 different, like light heavyweight, and I forget how they was set up there. But he fought the same guy, lost the same guy twice, and kind of gave up, and then came back. He's back now. He's still there. There's still a little question. Whittaker.
We're going to find out.
Yeah, we're going to see what's up. But I mean, we'll find. Does Whittaker still? He's an animal, no matter what. I mean, him getting his jaw.
Yeah, just completely crushed.
Yeah, crushed.
Chamath's a different animal. But
I mean, we're going to find him. There'll be a lot of. If he looks against, because he's not going to be able to stand up like he did against Bo Nickel.
Whittaker will pick him apart.
And he's going to come after him. Whittaker's not afraid to get hit. He's going to come after him. So
I think it's an entertaining fight. It's an early start. It's in Abu Dhabi, I believe. Starts prelims, I think, at 9 a.m. Main card starts at noon. There's some really good international fighters on that card. Charabola fights, so he has a hard matchup with Mark and Andre Barral. That'll be a good fight. There was a key matchup in the co-main event that got canceled. Rumor is they're bringing it to 319, and Evlov and Aaron Pico, big guy from Bellator. Aaron Pico. So, but Peter Yan's on that card. It's going to be a really good card for free on ABC. I'll be fired up for it. But we went 1 hour and 8 minutes, man, and really, the UFC 318 wasn't something that blew us away, or we would be talking forever.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot. The names weren't there, but I mean, the fights themselves individually delivered from the bottom to the top. Yeah, they delivered the whole time. People we thought would lose and put up some stinkers won. I mean, there was just a good all around card. They put it together, and the highlight was there for.
I'll tell you this. When we discussed what we were going to do about this show, because original plan we were going to do it. We were going to do before the 318 and vacation. You couldn't get in until the day of the fight, so we scrapped it. I was really bummed that we wasn't able to do the pre-fight MMA show, but I'm glad we got in here for the recap because that was fun as well, man. I'm glad to have you back in the cage.
Works good, man. Works good. I mean, I think it works out good. I would like to say maybe a 2-day thing. We'll work out of the pre-fight, then after your reactions to the fight. See how wrong we were and how much money we lost.
Yeah. Talk about and we can get into some of these bigger fight nights that we can do regular. It just doesn't have to be pay-per-views. Like this next card, this ABC card is pay-per-view worthy.
Yeah.
And we can always do an MMA show. Just comment below and let us know if you guys want to hear more and the next topics you'd like us to talk about MMA related. But till next time, man, it was always in here.